Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gary with the Get Some podcast. My guest this week is probably most known for being Damien Dante Wayans' uncle.
Why the fuck would that be? Can we curse?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would that be my tag?
I texted Damien and said I'd put
Craig
him in.
Wayans. I got Shantae Wayans. I got there's a lot of Wayans. I'm an uncle. Of
There's
a lot
10,
of Wayans.
right?
Yeah, but why would I be Damien? Because you and Damien did Little Man together, and you guys are great friends.
Bring it
See,
all
there you
back.
go. All right, now I see the association. I was
Yeah.
just like, why would I be?
Bring it all
Damien
back.
Dante's on- We need to do Little Man 2 and put you and D-Rock in it again.
Whatever happened to so when we did Little Man, are you
did
guys
such
still
a
in?
great job in that, by the way.
Thank you.
I want to commend you.
Did
Because I
you-
didn't think you could act. And then I was like, oh,
How'd I get the part?
Gary's good. No, you get that part, but you got a part.
Yeah.
He was a cop.
Are you guys still in touch with the little guy that actually played Little Man?
Yeah, Lyndon. Every now and then.
Lyndon, yeah.
Lyndon, me and Lyndon boys. Every now and then he hits me up. He's a grown man now.
I know.
Still same height, but he's a grown man. He's golfing. He hits the ball pretty hard for a little guy.
How old is he? Because that was 14 years ago we shot that.
All right, so Lyndon was he's probably 26 now. Now
that's
he's like,
crazy.
I think he's playing like Leprechaun. He went from like Little Man. Now he's playing like Lep in the Hood. So every time you see a little guy stabbing people, that's him. That's what he grew into.
Really?
A murderer. Kill you from ankles down. But he's a sweet kid.
Yeah.
Still hits me up.
How'd you guys find him for Little Man?
I don't know.
That's not a part you can just cast.
No, we
You can't just have auditions for the Little Man and Little
auditioning
Man.
babies. Like, this one's a little too light. We just had like a open call for like little guys, and there was one that he was casted, but he was too big, and every time Sean tried to pick him up, he couldn't because he was grown man density weight. So it was like a sack of potatoes. So Sean was like, I need Lyndon, and so then we used Lyndon.
Oh,
You look great.
You do too.
No,
But you
I'm
guys,
supposed to look great.
all you Wayans, because
Yeah,
you have these weird diets.
Yeah, but you're white. White people
Yeah, you're right.
don't age well. And I'm going to attribute this to your wife. She
Yeah.
gave you some of our secrets.
The black juices on your face.
That juices.
You gotta eat.
Man, gotta eat. You are what you eat.
You know what I remember about Little Man?
What?
And you probably didn't know this, was I had a holding deal, TV holding deal the whole time we were shooting Little Man. And I was always, for some reason, Tracy Morgan's room was right above mine at that hotel we stayed at. The Sutton?
At the
Something
Sutton.
Like that?
Yeah. And Tracy was you gonna get everybody pregnant.
What's up, Gary Owen? So
Tracy was so crazy during that time.
because he got the DUI in the middle of the shoot.
He was taking his shirt off.
That's his move, though.
I was just like every club we went to. I thought maybe the one club he was hot.
No, you
we
guys
got
didn't
to
hang
the-
out with him like I did.
When we got to the 15th club,
Yeah.
and he still took his shirt off, I was like, this is his gimmick.
Yeah,
This-
well, he said that. I go, why you always take your shirt off? He goes, that's my move. He goes,
and he
movies
just sit
come and
around
go.
with his little arms.
Yeah.
And he was,
Yo.
I'll get you pregnant. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. He was crazy, but Morgan was a lot of fun during that time. That was a fun shoot. That's when we used to go out. Like now, I do a movie. I don't really go out.
Yeah, we was getting it in
24
Vancouver.
hours.
You guys got in a lot
No, I got it in a little
on your off days.
on my off days, but I didn't have many off days because Keenan used to make me come down and watch. I used to watch everything Lyndon did. And then when I filmed,
right.
y'all went home. And then we
yeah.
all came back to LA, and I
Yeah.
had filmed a whole nother movie. Like I wasn't in the movie y'all was in.
Yeah.
I was in the movie.
But you was a
after.
producer, right?
Yeah, I was a producer.
so
and
you had to
writer.
be there.
Yeah, but I wasn't in the movie that y'all.
Yeah.
You don't have to be, but yeah, it's good to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I remember was I had a deal, and then Tracy was like, I'm gonna come on, G, and I'd like run stuff by him. They sent me these pages. Look at this. You think it's gonna be a good show? And the whole time Tracy's just chilling. And then as soon as we wrapped Little Man, he got 30 Rock. I was like, the whole time I'm pushing for this deal, and Tracy's like, I was like, what are you gonna do when you're done? He goes, I'm just gonna wait on a phone call. Hopefully something comes along. I was like, my show didn't go anywhere, and Tracy took off. I was
Tracy,
like this.
Tracy lucks up. God loves Tracy. He lucks up so much, so much. He's just crazy. That works for some people. Crazy works for Tracy.
Well, if he's the one, there's a few people in this business that, they say if you're on Barack, you're not going to act the same as you are around a drug dealer.
No.
Not Tracy Morgan.
Hey, Barack, I'm going to get Michelle pregnant.
You lucky you met her first.
Crazy, man.
He's the same part. But you talk about taking his shirt off. That was.
And it's
that was,
not like he's buff. He has the weirdest little body. I'm just like, why would you take it? His arms are little pterodactyl arms. I'm like, he's crazy. Why show this, Tracy? You got a belly?
I wish I had his confidence. I wish I had that much self-esteem.
That would be. I pray for that too. Because I'm not conscious right now. Like if confident. If I took this off, I mean I'm fit, but I'm not like, yo, I'm gonna show it to you fit. I'm fit like, oh. Let me get a towel, turn the lights
Yeah,
on.
you're hey, Marlon's holding up well. You're that
dad bod.
Dude, you're doing good. Talk about that you named your son after Sean, and Sean named his son after you.
Yeah, Sean named his son Marlon, and I named my son Sean. And what's funny was I named my son Sean first. So I took a leap of faith. We had made this promise when we was kids, and then he went and had 2 girls. So he was rolling bad dice, and then bam, that third one.
Finally got the Marlon.
So I got my Marlon. And he's a handsome kid too. This shirt is Sean's daughter's.
They're lined?
Yeah, his daughter Layla has a line.
1312 bleach.
Yeah, bleach.
What's that? 1321. What's that mean?
I don't even know who this kid is. 1321. I don't know. Maybe.
It looks like an alternative
like me and
universe.
Sean, right?
An alternative universe. like
Bizarro, Marlon, and Sean.
The hills have eyes.
We're happy and we're seeking. But I'm proud of her. So this is her line, and I bought it, and I bought the stuff, and I bought the whole line. And like 6 weeks later, I hit her up. I was like, hey, baby, you know I ordered some stuff. She's like, yeah, I'm in finals. I'll get it to you, uncle. I'm like, girl, you have a business. You better give me my damn stuff. I know where you live.
So she's in college and has a clothing line?
Mm-hmm. She's in college. She has a clothing line, and she is in a band. Sean's daughter is amazing.
You Wayanses, you're just so lazy.
Yeah, no, we are. my kids are lazy as hell. The laziest.
Now, your son was hooping. I saw on Instagram.
Balling. Yeah, but right now he's focused on keep getting his grades. He just entered college, which is a whole new zone. So we wanted him to really focus on these grades. So he's gonna probably start back basketball after the first semester.
But he's gonna hoop in school,
huh?
He's gonna hoop in college.
We hope so. I mean, if we get his grades together, yes. Mm-hmm. I mean, he has good grades now. But see, I went to college, and as a boy, I understand what it's like to go to college. What happens when you go to college, you lose your mind. I had a 1.6 GPA my first semester. It was so bad, Keenan said, I'm not paying for this bullshit. You pay for your own college. After that shit got me right. I started getting those 3.5s. So I wanted my son to take his time and really do well the first semester so you understand what college is. So he'll probably start balling, maybe not this year, but next year.
What years were you at Howard?
Damn, you gonna make me think back to the 90s? Nigga, I ain't.
Well, I'm curious because I was there. I was in D.C. I was in the Navy, and I used to hang out at the McDonald's.
You was
not at Howard.
Because there was one white guy at Howard. You see the way I looked at you? No. I was like, yeah, dreads. Yo! There was one white dude, swear to God. So I was there in 1990. 90 to 92.
So we were there at the same time. That's just crazy. Like I was a year after. Like
is that where you met your wife?
I met her in L.A.
They called you white chocolate?
I was always hanging out at the McDonald's.
Right there?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You never seen a guy.
I know that one right there, yeah.
I could eat 6 chicken McNuggets in 3 hours. I took my time.
But you would never shit.
Because I'm always sitting there like this. More black girls walking in. And I didn't have the money to order another batch. It was nibbling them nuggets.
You was there creeping, really? Just
all the time.
Looking for black chicks? That's funny.
Because I didn't see any growing up. So I got to DC. I was like,
yeah, McDonald's. That McDonald's was popping. It was like a club.
But there were so many like people in the entertainment business
so
at
many people
Howard.
went to that McDonald's. You know, it says like 60 billion people served here. In 1 week, it'd be like 62 billion people served here, 64 billion people served here. It just kept going up because it was packed. Like I couldn't even order food; it'd just be packed there.
Oh, late at night on the weekends?
Yeah, but McDonald's, it makes my stomach hurt.
Yeah. Well, we're older now.
That's what I say. You know, I had a pizza the other day, and I said, "Nigga, this is a young man's game." My stomach. It took me 3 days to shit.
Yeah, but I
was like, "What is going on?" I had to put my feet up. Like, it was weird.
But you eat so well when you get some bad food, your body isn't ready for it.
I eat well, but I tried to eat bad. I had a little fight party or whatever, and it's just Not a good look.
What's on your rider when you go to comedy clubs? Oh, and thanks for hooking me up with Runa.
Runa,
sorry about that.
The wrong way. Runa, that's
My fault.
Runa's
that shit's good.
Runa's the best. Nobody understands. Everybody wants to drink Red Bull and do all those drinks that make you feel like you just drank crack. But Runa's just like nice and smooth, and it hits you when you're on stage. And
you know how I got it?
How?
You was at the Cleveland Improv the week before me, and I was like, "What's this shit?" And they was like, "Marlon's got some weird shit." Like there was like some spicy pumpkin seeds and some other shit. I was like, "What is all this shit?" Because I told them, I said, I always ask who was there the week before, and they said, "Well, Marlon was here." I said, "Whatever he left over, leave it," because I know you guys are finding food that people don't know about beforehand. Like you knew gluten was bad, like in '88, the Wayans.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, leave some shit. So when they had the run, I go, what's this? And then I go, I hate sweet drinks. So when it wasn't very sweet, I go, oh, it's pretty good.
When did it hit you?
I don't know.
Was you in the middle of your act and all of a sudden you was like,
no,
and just
no. I'm naturally when I'm on stage, I'm just so funny. I'm always like that. It's like. Like when you're the best.
Yeah, I get it. I completely understand what you're saying.
As soon as you walk up, you're in the zone.
You know what's funny? Like I try to calm myself down. I don't even get hyped no more. I used to hype myself up, be in the back, and I would always overshoot the mark. And now I'm better when I just like, Marlon
when you're
Wayans.
going on stage?
I gotta go. Yeah, it's better for me to be calm and then work my way up.
That's natural,
I like to
though.
talk it. No, but I didn't before when I first started. I had to hype myself up, and then I would overshoot the mark. But now I'm like, I'd rather just go on calm and talk my way through it, and it's a lot more fun.
But I think that's natural when you first start out because you're just like your nerves and everything. Because I look at some of my early specials, and you would think I'm on cocaine. Like I'm talking so damn fast. No. I was following a long line of white comics.
Plus, you was doing a lot of black shows, so you didn't know how long your time was. So you had to, get out of here, white boy.
Yeah.
Hey, how y'all doing? You came up with that energy. Dude.
I remember first time I did the Comedy Store, it was like, they gave me like 10 minutes. God, it was, I'd never been on stage in LA really at the Comedy Store. I kept looking for that bow in the back of the Comedy Store, like, where the fuck is that bow gonna light? Because I'm done. I shot my load in 6 minutes. That last 4, I was like, where's the light? Where's the light?
Which one were you doing, Fat Tuesday?
Yeah. Early.
Yeah.
Where do we meet?
I think it was probably in a comedy club. I think that's because before I started doing comedy, I would go watch comedy. Mm-hmm. So I think I met you in a comedy club, probably at the Comedy Store. I think you was going up, but you were funny by it then. You was in pocket.
Yeah.
Like you hit pocket early.
Yeah, probably. Well, yeah. I think it was more like I was a white guy that nobody really seen like do the black rooms like exclusively almost.
Yeah, but what was dope, it wasn't like you was trying to be black. You was just like a white guy with good black observations because like it was like your culture, but not yours. It was like you grew up in it, you know it. Your wife was black, so it was like an organic thing. Some guys try to do it and it's not authentic. So yours was authentic, and that's why I think. And funny, you funny. You always been funny.
I think I remember meeting you in San Diego. You and Sean came down for something. I don't know what. Because you weren't doing stand-up back then. This is like late 90s.
Late 90s, I was doing stand-up here and there. I didn't really start doing stand-up until, I would say I've been doing stand-up now 12 years.
12? Because you guys...
10 years.
When did you guys go on that tour where it was Keenan, Damon, you, and Sean? Like, you did a couple spot dates. Because it was the 4 of you, right?
Tour was probably 7 years ago, 6 years ago. So I was only doing stand-up 5 years at that point. I like where I'm at now. Because back then, it was like I was doing like a lot of like pop culture material and things about like pop culture or politics. And now I don't give a shit about none of that. Like all I care about is me, what hurts, life, what truth I can tell, and just stuff that like nobody's gonna do. Nobody can do you. That's what you learn. It just gives you such a like a ease and a calm. You don't care who you follow, who goes up, who goes, where you place in the audience. You just go up there, have your time, and give it up. Who cares?
Do you watch the other comics when you're on those big
I
shows?
never do. I put my motherfucking
neither.
headphones on. I don't want to know
Facts.
what you got to say. I don't want to hear what you got to say. I don't want to be accused of taking. Because it doesn't matter to me. I feel like if you do that, you give yourself anxiety. If I'm watching the comic before me and I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn, you stepped on my topic, man. I was doing stuff about kids. Like, I don't want to hear about that.
Yep.
I just want to go on stage and like a mop and would just sweep away the energy with the mic. How y'all doing? Everybody good? All right, and then bring my energy. What happens is when you're a young comic, you get caught up in the jet wash of another comic. I mean, one time I went up after, what was it? Vinny, he's my boy. Vinny, what's Vinny's name? Vinny,
That's the rainy-looking dude.
He's
But
gonna
Italian.
Yes, Vinny.
I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his last
Vincent
name.
Oshana.
Oshana, yeah.
And he's a great friend of mine. But you know when Vinny goes up, he's like, "Go fuck, the energy's over here." He's fucking crazy, you know. And so I watched him, and I went up after him, and I got caught in the jet wash. And halfway through my I was sweating. I looked over. I was like, "This isn't me." And people wasn't laughing. And I was like, "Fuck." I got caught up doing something that's not me. And my problem was like, what happened? What happened is I watched the dude before me and felt the energy of a room and thought I subconsciously had to match that. Mm-hmm. So never again. I got my headphones on. I don't want to watch your set. And sometimes, especially like if my boys, like if my friends who open for me are about to do like a comedy special or something, I'll come out and I'll watch their stuff and I'll give them notes. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, I don't watch their set because I'm too busy I just want to worry about mine. That's all.
Smart. I always tell people that. I seen a guy, I was on one tour, and literally the guy was talking about, I don't know what, let's say a blowjob. And the guy was on the side of the stage going, oh, look, he knows I do shit about that. I was looking at him like, wait a minute, you don't have a lock on blowjobs.
We all get blowjobs. Right. But that's the beauty of stand-up, right? Everybody has an experience. But what makes it dope is your experience and your perspective and your truth. Like my version of a blowjob based on what I've had in my life may be a lot different. But that's why you don't listen to other comics. You go on fresh, do your shit. Don't worry about it.
Like I stopped watching stand-up like probably 10 years ago just because I didn't want to ever...
No.
I've seen guys take on mannerisms, not jokes, but they start moving like comics. You know what I mean? Because there's about 15 Dane Cooks out there right now.
No,
you know what I mean? I eat.
Yeah.
I threw up. You know, McDonald's doesn't fit well right here. It's right here.
That. I don't even do that. You know, it's funny. I don't. Maybe because for me, identity. See, I come from 4 people that do stand up, so it's. I'm forced to be me. I can't be Damon. I can't be Sean. I can't be Keenan. And we're all siblings, so we're already close in that way. So it forces you to find your own identity. And I just feel like I don't want to have a rhythm. I just want to be free on stage to do what I want to do at that moment. If it's physical, it's physical. If it's just a verbal joke, leave it at that. If I want to explore it, if I want to do a character, whatever I want to do, I want to just be able to explore me and live in the truth of what I'm doing. So.
Do you like stand-up better than acting? Like in movies and
That's a
TVs
tough-ass question. I love it all. Here's what I love it all. If you're asking me to choose children, I can't. I love acting. I love writing. I love producing. I love stand-up. But what I love about stand-up is the immediate reaction from an audience. I can't clean it up. It's instantaneous. I can't take it back. I tell the joke, they react. Either it's funny or it's not. If I'm doing a movie, I could tell a joke, I could look, I could feel the set, like, that one's not landing. Let's do it again. Let's go. I could change it in editing. I can do ADR. I can change stuff. When you do stand-up, you can't change it. So the reaction is real and it's instant. And it's gratifying and scary as fuck. And that's what I love about stand-up. And also, for me, stand-up took away the desperation for me as a performer. Because I used to always want to perform. And I'd be so hyped to perform that I'd just be a crazy man. And now that I do stand-up every week and I'm on the road and I'm able to perform, it just gives me an ease when I'm on set. Like, okay, I'll sit in the pocket as, tell the story and then funny. You know what I mean? It gives you more of a leading man vibe.
Mm-hmm. outside of your family, who's your favorite stand-up?
I mean, damn, that's a tough one. Pryor.
And you trying to play him, right?
Yeah,
I saw the
everyone
audition.
was trying to play him. Kevin Hart was up for the role.
Yeah.
I was like,
I was up for it. I didn't get it. He's like, Gene Wilder, maybe. It sucked. I thought I had it.
Almost.
That'd be funny. I walk in, it's you, Kev, my guest. Hey, what's up? Who you reading for, Gary? Richard. No, with the burn. I'm only going for the bandages part.
Yeah, everybody was up for that, man. Damon had it years ago. Honestly, like, I feel like God writes every story. Whatever's supposed to happen is gonna happen. I don't trip about it. If it was supposed to happen, great. If it didn't happen, great. I figured out during the journey that Pryor doing that audition actually brought me to the stage. That's when I got serious about stand-up. That and my movie that I did with my brother Damon, Behind the Smile.
Yeah, that never came out, did it?
No, Damon's like,
Because I thought that when I saw you guys were doing that movie, and I saw you were playing stand-up, right?
Yeah.
In the movie. That's the movie I thought, okay. And before you even, I don't know how long you've been doing it, I was like, okay, Marlon's going to start doing stand-up.
Yeah.
Because there's no way he's going to play a stand-up,
Yeah.
and then the bug's not going to get him being in that family.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he was out on the road. But I never saw the movie.
Damon, no one, only Chappelle and like 20 other comics saw it. Damon like has it in his closet. He is like, I was like, why don't we just put it out? He goes, I don't like the deal. I'm gonna give it to my granddaughter and let them do something with it. I said, nigga, you got my Oscar in a closet. It was clearly my greatest performance.
You got my Oscar.
My Oscar
in a
is sitting
closet.
in Damon's closet
Release
somewhere.
it.
He won't. But
Come
it's
on
okay.
now.
You know, that movie was such a great experience because Damon he put me through it. You know,
Did he direct it?
He directed, and he just put me through it and working me, and he would go, you know, I'd be like, all right. He would go do stand up in front of me, and he goes, you got to follow. And we was really doing stand up at the time.
So hold on, while you're shooting, you're just going to clubs following them, or you're shooting in front of a live audience?
We're shooting in front of a live audience.
Do they know it's a movie?
They
they
know
just
it's a
sign a
movie. It's like
release?
extras, but the way he shot it was like it wasn't a movie. It was like, this is a night at the comedy club.
So those were organic laughs.
Laughs. So he would go, and before I would go up, he would go, all right, so, you know this material I wrote? I don't want you to do none of that. I said, nigga, what the fuck am I supposed to do? He goes, I don't know, make it up. And action. And he would go on stage and he would do his set, and then he would have to bring me up, and he goes, this was his intro. He goes, the next guy coming to the stage, he has cancer. He ain't gonna be here long, so please have a little pity for him. Give it up for the dying Seymour, or whatever my name was. And he would bring down the room and make it unfunny and make it uncomfortable, and then make me have to dig my way out of that.
Is that what the movie is about?
Yes.
You're a comic dying of cancer?
No, he's just being crazy.
Oh, he's being kind of a dickhead host.
He's being dark. This next guy got COVID-19. You could stay here and watch him if you want, but I wouldn't trust him. Matter of fact, let me take the microphone.
Yeah.
Coming to the stage is... And he would bring me up. And those constantly was the circumstance he would bring me up. It was like about a comic that was insecure, but he was like the biggest comic in the world. And this young comedian came in town, and so he seen him as a threat, and so he started trying to take him under his wing and destroy him at the same time. And so, but that movie, man, it's Chappelle's favorite movie. Chappelle's like, Marlon, when are you gonna release Behind a Smile? I said, nigga, it's in Damon's closet. Oh, your Oscar's in the closet.
God damn.
So, you know, but I'm glad I did it. You know, everything is for a reason. Like, whether you released it or not, that journey for me as an actor was probably one of the greatest experiences I had. And then now doing like, you know, On the Rocks and doing like Respect and the work I had to do for that. If I didn't do Behind the Smile, I feel like I wouldn't be ready for that kind of experience.
Did you show your ass like Requiem for a Dream in that movie?
In which movie?
Well, I
I've
know you
showed my
showed
ass
Requiem for a
in
Dream.
every movie.
Yeah, but that was
What
that
kind
was
of
the
question
shocker.
is that? Did you show your ass?
I'm saying that
like,
seems
you
to
got
be your
excited
MO.
too.
It seems to be your MO. Hold on. Will Smith breaks into a full sprint every movie. At some point, he's just going to start running
And
for
me,
no
I show
reason.
my ass.
And Marlon like this. Well, that movie sucked. He didn't show his ass. I guess he wasn't into that script.
To be honest with you, yes, I did show my ass in that one. I was butt naked.
Tears of a Clown?
Frontal.
Tears of a Clown?
Kind of. And Behind the Smile,
Behind the Smile, I'm sorry.
Yes, I got on stage and I did my last monologue, and I was crying. It was dark. I was on drugs, and on stage I blow my head off. And that was the end of the movie. And the end of the movie was Damon. Now that my character's dead, he has my family. He has my girl, and he's up there on stage doing my material.
That's the end of the movie?
That's the end of the movie.
Oh, fuck.
You would love this. It's
Yo, can I see it?
Dark.
Let me see
Damon.
Can I see it?
Can we get a
come
special
over.
screening for Gary
I won't
and
show it to
Chappelle?
anybody. I won't show it to anybody.
Listen, it's a great movie. Like, I want people to see it. It's really a great movie. It's honestly, especially because we love comedy. So, you know, and we've been there through so many different generations of comedy that we know these dark stories and these dark journeys. So it's a great movie. And yes, I'm butt naked at that one. But the next two movies, Behind the Smile, I was naked. Respect, I'm not naked.
Not naked in that
I
one?
had shirt off.
Oh, come on. You could have been naked with Aretha.
Listen, I did 14 movies, and I was naked in all of them. It has got me a statue. So I figure I'm going to keep my clothes on.
For respect?
For respect. And for On the Rocks. I'm just showing my chest.
Mm-hmm.
Leave the ass out. You know, I'm trying to make it a little bit more congenial.
All right.
You know? Trying to up my cachet, Gary.
I don't know.
People want to see booty hole. Oscars and booty holes, they don't mix.
I don't know. Wait a minute. There's been, was it Halle Berry? She was butt naked. Got the
But that's
Oscar.
Halle Berry.
That's true.
I am not Halle Berry.
That's true. I just paused. I don't know what the movie's about. I literally watched the movie and I was like, just tell me when the sex scene is. What was it about? I don't know.
I don't know about Halle Berry. Oh my
Monsters
God, she's
Ball?
winning Oscar.
Who cares?
Yeah.
But
I don't get the same response.
I really want to see that movie because when I saw it, I go, okay, this isn't some writers writing a movie about stand up. This is people that have seen like every stage of it. Because Damon was in that one with Tom Hanks and Sally Field. Punchline.
Yeah, years ago.
Yeah, he was in that one.
Damon lived this. You know, I mean, he's a monster. But like I said, I feel like that movie prepared me, and same thing with Pryor. It prepared me for not just the movies I did afterward, but even going to an audition. That's why I tell people, yo, do the work. You never know when it's going to lead you. It's like, that's why I don't really say no to certain things. Certain things in my career, I could be like, oh, I'm too big to do that. No. Let me do the work. Why? I don't know, but I know there's something for me to get. So if I just do the work, it's going to lead me to some place. And then that's going to give me a baton that's going to lead me to something else. So Pryor and Behind the Smile was never released. Pryor, I didn't wind up doing the movie, but it's prepared me for now I'm doing stand-up. It made me do stand-up. Those two movies is the reason why I'm on stage, because it's the method actor in me that brought the comedian out in me. So, and now I love comedy. So I love it so much. Like I just go on tour for no reason. I just go on weekends. That's my fun. I like doing 9 shows in a weekend. I know it's tiring, but I just love it because I know every time I do a show, I just got better. And I was on the road so much that I was letting go of material and then going, I'm gonna change that hour. And I would keep changing hours. It was at a point I had like 5 hours of material, and I was just like, where does that come from? And it just comes from hitting the stage and, you know, the monotony of doing the same joke and going, I don't want to do that joke no more. I'm gonna start and do this brand new material. And then you realize, yo, I got this cooked, I got that cooked, I can stitch this together. That's a special there. If I work that, but you got to work it. It's a lot of work.
But does this happen to you, talking about jokes? Like, I find I'll be doing a joke for like 6-7 months straight.
I get tired.
And it's killing. And then you get kind of bored with it. But I think your delivery gets boring because all of a sudden it ain't hitting like it usually hit. And you're like this, wait a minute, are they feeding off me not delivering it right? And I'm like, okay, it's time to put that joke aside.
Part that, but it is. We get bored of the joke. And so it's not fun. To me, the discovery of a new joke that leads me into a new bit, like if I do a brand new 5 based on a thought that I had in the dressing room and I'm able to just hit that and knock it home, I'm like, that's fun. Now I'm having fun with the material. Like I had a special ready before COVID hit. And so I went back out to work on that material, and I was like, I know that material. And I started working on new stuff, and I was just like, yo, I got the next half hour for the next special, because I would start talking about what was important to me and what was funny about, because I needed therapy. My mama passed, and I was just like, I got to talk about it.
Are you talking about that on stage?
Oh yeah, got
Yeah.
to, because
Yeah.
I have to make me laugh. It's my therapy, and the audience, you know, it's a little dark because they don't understand it's part of the healing.
And I'm sure you do. I appreciate the silence sometimes. When you
It's
get
the best.
When they're just in awe, like, because I mean, Dave's kind of bringing that to light with these little things he's dropping, 8:46, not little things, but these YouTube 18-minute specials where it's almost just like he's not even really telling jokes.
No, he's expressing. That's what I've learned. Every time you watch Chappelle, you learn something. Like, he taught me, like, silence is golden.
Man.
It's okay for them to just listen, because I can lead you to laughs. But what I can't be afraid of is just telling the truth. Whether you agree or disagree, I don't give a fuck. This is what I feel. This is what I'm going to say, and it's my perspective. And then here's what's funny about it. But the first thing you have to do is it has to be a feeling, and it has to be expressed through truth, and then you can find a comedy. But otherwise, Damon used to do that well. Damon would go on stage and eat ice cream and leave. And he'd be like, what was that? I just want them to learn to listen. I'm not a monkey. I'm a stand-up. And he would go up and he'd express himself, or he would go real dark and make them uncomfortable and leave them. Or he'd go behind the curtain and do his whole act behind the curtain. Because for him, he was just freeing himself up from being in their jail. Because sometimes an audience can put you into jail, especially in today's society where everything you say is cancel culture. Fuck y'all. I'm gonna cancel me now so we get this out the way.
Let me ask you this.
And then let me show you why canceling doesn't work. Because we all have the right to have an opinion. This is so stupid, this whole cancel culture. I think it's ridiculous.
But do you really feel, because I feel social media makes us feel like we're in a cancel culture.
When you're in the clubs, you don't
anything
feel that
goes.
shit at all.
Exactly. That's what I be telling people. They go, is
Same.
it different? I go, no, comedy clubs, anything goes.
But here's what's so stupid about people is they think that those people on social media are real people. They're not fucking real people. Those are bots. Those are people from different countries influencing our First Amendment, which is freedom of speech. And people are so stupid, and the media picks up on some shit that some troll said, and then they make it a story, and then they don't even understand the effect of all that is we're fucking up our First Amendment. And as a comedian, that's all we have to, to live by. So I'm not gonna allow that to happen. I don't care about social media like that. I care about when I'm in a comedy club, put your cameras away. Because if I'm gonna get canceled, it's gonna be on my terms. So when I produce when I do a special and I go, I'm willing to live or die by this. Because I edited it, I wrote it, all right, let's go. And it's not about a piece of, because sometimes they'll get 10 seconds of your act, but you didn't see the setup. You didn't see all the stuff that I said before you got that moment that you try to get me canceled by.
But how about everybody's laughing in the audience at the whatever 10-second bit they post?
And
then
even
you're going,
on TV they're laughing. That was funny, but that was wrong to say.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
That's our job, is to make the uncomfortable comfortable.
Yes.
That's our job.
We're supposed to talk about the things that nobody wants to talk about anymore. Like, and especially if it comes from truth. If I come from truth, I don't give a fuck who's there. Suck it deep. I'm gonna say exactly what I need to say because this is my therapy. This is people are paying to see my show. And I'm gonna express myself in the most truthful way because to me, there's somebody in the audience that needs to hear what I'm saying.
Yeah, somebody in that audience mother's passed
myself.
also.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's our therapy too.
Yep.
It's not the audience, it's our therapy.
Yep.
And even with social media, I find that the people that are always like the negative and attacking that aren't bots, I'm always like, they weren't gonna pay to see me anyways. So
Exactly.
their thoughts aren't valid to me. You were never gonna come see me.
I don't care how many complaints I've gotten. Shows are packed. So the people that don't come, that complain, stay your ass at home. If you don't like it, stay your ass at home. But if you think you're gonna come to my show and I'm gonna change my set to make you feel good, listen, in the comedy club, it's 400 people. If I tell a joke and 398 people walk out, that's a bad joke.
Yeah.
But if I tell a joke and 398 people are laughing and 2 people get offended and they walk out, well, that's a damn good joke. I'm gonna miss them, but that's still a damn good fucking joke. And maybe I'll think about what is it that made them feel uncomfortable. I will think like that because my goal is to make everybody laugh. But I also learned some people just ain't gonna laugh at that no matter what. They just sensitive. Some people don't want you to talk about Trump. You say the word Trump, come on, this is for us. You know what I'm saying? And some people are willing to listen to what's your perspective, what's your point of view. People are just sensitive nowadays because we're being programmed to be that way. But I want to go back to having fun. So I'm gonna be a soldier in truth and just, hey man, we have the right to agree to disagree. But that's what I love about comedy. We can agree to disagree, and that line is the laughter. If we laugh at something, even if we have two polar opposite points of view, the fact that we can enjoy a laugh together, that's where we're healing. That's the magic of comedy.
It always amazes me when comics try to get offended. I go, we are offensive proof. Like I always tell people, there's nothing you can say that can offend me. Nothing.
None.
Absolutely nothing.
None.
You know, I still don't say the N-word on stage. Not
I
going there.
respect that.
Not going there.
No, I respect that. As a black man, I respect that. Sometimes white guys get too cool. I don't give, and you see, listen, you married, your kids are half black, half white.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the right thing to do.
Well, I've
And if they
gotten
ever
this
bring
far
a
without
friend
saying
by
it.
the house, one of your son's white friends, and he says the N-word, you should tell your son, fuck him up. Don't let him get away with that. Fuck him up. No, but that's respectable. I get that. Like, and even though you probably, you could get a pass because your wife, but it's good that you don't abuse it. I respect it.
I don't think I'd
abuse
get
it. I respect that.
I think that would be the one thing that might cancel me, is if I said that word on stage like that.
I think you're funny enough not to be canceled by that. I think you're smart enough to know that it got to be a goddamn good joke, and it probably has to be brilliant in order for it to, really have an effect. Like,
But it'd be impossible.
I think you're funny enough to find a way to say that, and it'd be brilliant. But it's going to take discovery. Don't just say it to say it. That ain't going to work.
It'd almost be impossible because, like we said, you got to work shit out on stage.
You can work it out in front of your wife. And she'll be like, no, Gary, no.
You know how many people always
That
say
won't
that?
make my pussy dry, no. Say that shit again.
I'd be like this. I've called you a stank ass bitch.
Yeah, but it ain't an N-word. That's cute.
We were role playing.
See, now,
remember?
say it again.
Stank ass
Oh,
bitch.
see, now we back in the zone. So, what you gonna do with this stink ass bitch? Nigga, I'ma fuck you. See, that's the bullshit I'm talking about.
It's just dry and wet. Dry and wet. So you got Respect. When is that coming out? Because with COVID, everything's.
August. They moved it back to August.
Is it still shooting for the theaters?
Shooting for the theaters. It's a brilliant movie. It should be in the theaters. I mean, Jennifer Hudson's so amazing in the movie. Forrest Whitaker kills it.
No, I don't
ain't
believe
so
that.
bad.
Hold on. Forrest Whitaker kills it.
He did good.
that.
I was proud of him.
He hasn't done shit since Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I know. He's working on his craft.
Overrated.
He's working on his craft.
How about what was it, The Last King of Scotland? What the fuck does Scotland have to do with anything?
Trash.
She was like in Africa.
No, he's so brilliant, man. Like, he made you work. Like, what I loved when I did this movie is we were working. Like, we left set and we would go home and I called my acting coach, my dialect coach, my movement coach, and we really explore the scenes. And when I went to work the next day, like after work, we'd work, and me and Leland Thompson, what's Leland's last name? God damn it, Leland. But that's my acting coach, Tom, my voice coach, and we just would work. And then when I got to set, I'd be ready for the director to just kind of make adjustments because we was prepared. And then you have to be so on point because Forrest would do things that, like, out of nowhere, it's just like some gesture that you're like, yo, where did that come from? Or it was always a surprise. You never knew. And I loved that because it kept us on our toes and it kept us honest. And there was scenes that it would be so tense that we wouldn't talk to each other, like, for like hours. Like, because we all was all in our zone. And then after the scene, the tension would lift and be like, yo, that was great work. Like, But and I'm like, thank you. And I hated you for 6 hours, and you're somebody I love and respect. Yeah. But same with Jennifer. Me and Jennifer were like really cool during the movie, and like I love that woman. But there were scenes where we'd have this, where there was an abuse scene or a scene where we're arguing.
Who are you playing in the movie?
I played Ted White, her first husband. And they had like, some abuse issues and domestic issues. And, so me and her, we had these tense scenes and we were so cool, like laughing and joking. But when we had these scenes, it'd be 6 hours and I couldn't hug her. I couldn't smile at her. And it would be like, I hate you for 6 hours. I hate you too. And then scene's over and it's like, oh, that was great work.
Have you ever worked with anybody like stayed in character the whole time?
Yeah, that's a little annoying to me.
Who are you allowed to name names or no?
I like when people look. You can be in character when you're at work. I'm good with that. But I just don't. Not at lunch. Can you just come out of character? Because
I heard Daniel Day-Lewis does that.
I know, but I'd be like, come on, Daniel, just have lunch with me. No, I don't want you to eat with your left foot. I just want you to have lunch with a fucking spoon and a fork. How's the kids?
Yeah.
No, I just want.
Who was I talking about with Daniel Day-Lewis? Oh, Joseph Sikora. Tommy from Power, Joseph.
Yeah.
He said he did Shutter Island with Leonardo DiCaprio, and they were at lunch and they was talking about Gangs of New York, and I guess Daniel Day-Lewis pulled something like a hamstring or a back. He was like in pain for like a week on set, and he's just laying there. The whole time he's the butcher, and then he just breaks character at one point. He goes, "This is fucking hot, isn't it?" And like Leo was like, "Oh, he's still in there. Daniel's still in there, but just in the middle of the scene, this is fucking hot, isn't it?"
He broke him. That's crazy. I just can't.
I was worried about that because I heard like Jim Carrey was Man on the Moon the whole time. I said that'd be hard because that guy was.
Yeah, but Jim is just super committed. I don't know if he went home was like that. Like, would you have sex with your wife like that? Like, there's a point where it's just like, yo, it's too much. Like,
oh, that's why I wanted
on set, part. Great. But even then, like for me, I jump in, I jump out. I need to break from the character. I can't just be somebody for 5 months. I'll lose my shit. Mm-hmm. I gotta be. I like me. I like Marlon. So yeah. I need to be me because I think in order for any character to really be truthful, you have to assign them to emotions that you as a human have. And your character and your person has to meet. You can't just, because if you're just the character and it's not a tie to any real emotions, I try to marry the two. So I understand, like, oh, this is what I've been through that's similar to what this character's been through. And I let them meet. And then when I'm the character, I'm the character. And then when they say cut, I'm back to Marlon. I am. I'm not that guy that's gonna do that shit all day.
Is there any part that you wish you thought you had and you didn't get, and then you was like,
every
fuck.
Part, nigga, every fucking part, every part. Pryor.
Yeah, but that didn't come out. I'm talking about the movie that came out, and he was like, fuck, I was close.
Lisa, what's the movie that happened? You get everything.
No, but I mean, honestly,
I'm very selective, and I do get a lot of stuff. If I go out for it, I'm gonna go out for it, and I'll put myself on a plane. I'll be like, you're going to have a Skype interview. No, I'm not going to Skype. I'm getting on a plane. I got on a plane. My last 2 movies, I got on a plane. I met the directors. They was on a Skype or FaceTime. I said, no. I did my gig. I was in Chicago. I bought myself a ticket. I went right down to Atlanta. I sat with Liesel, the director of Respect. I wanted to sit face to face and talk about the character. I wanted to see what the sets was going to look like. I wanted to see the world. I wanted to really get a gauge on what kind of film experience I have. So I met them face to face. Same with Sofia Coppola. She was like, she'll be in a couple weeks and she's in New York. I was like, New York, I don't know. She could meet so many cool black guys in that meantime that could play Dean. She could meet Nick Cannon. I think Kevin has a gig out there. No, I'm getting on a plane. I'm going to go meet her. And I did. And I wound up booking them. And, for me, I need to see, at this point, for me, I need to see if my version of the character meshes with what their interpretation of the character is, because I don't want a bad experience. I want a great experience, and usually that's when you have a synonymous perspective on what the character is, and that's when you have your most fun.
So that's why you came to do a podcast in person?
Yeah, because I really wanted to sit at home. Now this shit I can do in my sleep. I can do it on the toilet.
I I'm just saying, you just named off 2 great directors, and I was like, well, I appreciate you coming in. Because I just put myself in the
Gary,
category right now.
This is like a favor, not even for you. This is for Lisa Bloom, who we shared as a manager and a close friend, and we share.
You know, you're the reason I got my manager.
I know.
You know that was 2005.
And I'm the reason I'm here right now.
I know.
You're a guest today.
I know.
Lisa Bloom is fucking loved, and that's my birthday twin, July 23rd, and my mom was born July 23rd. So
that's crazy. I always know my birthday's
day.
coming up because yours is like. I'll go to Instagram and they'll be like, Marlon, 23rd. I go, mine's 26th. Let's see
yours is.
Let's see if these motherfuckers wish me happy birthday.
I wish you a happy birthday this year. I'll get you some love. Actually, I'll wish Lisa a happy birthday, and she can tell you happy birthday from me.
Well, that's how I got your former manager, which is my current manager, was you, Keenan, and Sean. We're trying to put a interracial sitcom together.
Yes.
And it didn't go, but I remember we met with you guys had that office by the Grove on the second floor up there. And then Lisa pulled me in and she goes, I think I can do something with you. Who reps you? I go, myself. She was
like, oh, this is going to be
easy. Clear? But it was great because like a year later I had Little Man. I go, wow, that was a good decision.
Yeah. See, what we do for Lisa.
I'm just saying the first one, Lisa.
Think it's you. Just know that it's Lisa.
Yeah. Oh, I already told her. I said, just call Marley. Get him down here.
And that's all she had to do. And I was like, okay. Plus, I love you. I would do it if you wasn't Lisa. I just wish it was closer. I was like, can they move this shit? This set? We could have put this in my house. Like, it's just walls. I
got other guests. I do 3 episodes a day. I got more people coming.
Why would you want to talk that much?
Huh? I can't fly. I got to fly in it. Faizon's next.
That nigga crazy. Let me get out of here. You have a gun with him today?
Faizon. I said I'm gonna call him Faizon Hate.
Beat somebody up in a mall. Like.
What about the airport, the Columbus Airport? We threw that guy around.
Dude, I was like, yo, Faizon crazy. But he loved the fact that we know he crazy. Like I've known Faizon. We put Faizon in Don't Be a Menace. He was it was in a scene where Loke and we went to like a Roscoe's chicken place that was a gas station as well. And he was the guy, and we was talking about dashiki, and he was making us drinks, but he had fucked dashiki too. And he was like, she's pregnant. He's like, she is? And so basically that was the whole scene, and that's our first time we worked with Faizon. So we're in good faith with Faizon.
Good.
So if he's gonna beat anybody up and drag him through the airport, it won't be me. Here's the thing too, I have too many brothers. Like, we roll deep.
No, it ain't your brothers. You got nephews, nieces.
And the cousins that nobody know? Oh, cousins is the worst.
Hold on. They're the bitter comics at the comedy club. I was always funnier than Keenan. The fuck? I told him that joke.
They're saying that same thing in jail. Like.
You guys are deep.
We're deep.
Did you ever, you wasn't with us that night that, going back to Tracy, that Tracy went off on me in Vancouver in his room? I think Craig was there. Maybe
no,
Damien.
I wasn't there. I'm a peaceful dude. Like, whenever like Tracy had one of those episodes, I come on, man. Like, I'm a peaceful warrior, and I'm kind of I don't know. I have a very zen kind of vibe to me. Like, people, I don't really get a lot of people coming at me weird because I don't give people that. So when I come to, I come in peace. And plus, I'm a producer, so it's just like, hey,
he ain't gonna do that to you.
Let's chill. Let's not go there.
I thought it was a rite of passage because I'd heard he went off on so many people.
He never went off on me. Never went off on Sean. Never went off on Keenan. Like,
Well, he went off on me. And Craig thought he was gonna have to step in the middle, but I was laughing the whole time. He goes, "That's quick for you to jump up." It's classic Tracy. We're in his room after we all went out. Yeah. Oh, he was gone.
Back when he used to drink, like now.
Yeah. And this is 14 years ago.
Oh my God.
So he was like, I don't know what happened. We're sitting in the room, and all of a sudden Tracy just out of left field goes, "Fuck you, Gary Owen." Always talking about black women. My mother's black. He was like, I'm 7 years on SNL. I'll call Laura Michaels. You'll never be on TV. And he's just going, right? I'm going, where the fuck this come from? And right in the middle of the rant, room service rings the doorbell. Pizza and wings come in, and right in the middle of him going, "Fuck you, Garrett, you want a slice?" And I went back to fucking going off. I was like, so he was worried about my and then he just offers me a slice of pizza.
Trace is random, man. Some people just random. Like, you can't even, like, I never get sucked up in that because I know me. If I get sucked up in some of that, I'm gonna wind up fighting. So I just try not to. I'm a project kid, right? I'm born and raised in New York City project, so I know when my blood starts boiling. When my blood starts boiling, chances are I'm gonna get in a fight, and I'm gonna hit first. So I try to walk away. So I know that I don't want to go there. So let me just remove myself. Because then if I go there, now my brother's got to go there. And then the nephew's got to go there. Then the cousin got to go there. And then we got all out Wayans war for no reason.
And they'll be coming out left field.
Away. Yeah.
You'd be like this. One of the Wayans was a roofer?
We used to
the
jump
guy came
people.
off
We
guy
never
comes
had a
swinging
solo
in for a
fight.
rope.
Sean would have a solo fight with somebody, and before you know it, my sister's hitting the dude in the face. I'm biting the dude in the back. My other sister's kicking him with a heel.
This is when you were little.
When we were little. We never. My mother taught us, you fight one, you fight us all. It's hard to beat 20 fists.
That's facts. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Is it true? I heard it. Okay, I think Sean told me this story, and I never got it to validate. So now I got you. I want to see about. Is it true you guys went backstage to a Kanye West concert early in his career, and Sean said to Kanye, "Hey man, I really like your music," and Kanye said, "You should."
No.
I thought he said that.
He wouldn't say that to Sean. Sean the wrong dude. People sleep on Sean. Sean is the wrong one.
But I'm saying that's something Kanye would say.
Sean would say something back. Sean
I
Caddy.
didn't say he didn't say something back.
Sean Caddy.
I didn't say he didn't say something back.
Sean would have ripped him for so, but no, we would never like. I don't think people don't come at us rude. We're not rude. Like we'll do jokes,
But that's
and we'll do a
Kanye.
living color and stuff like that. But Kanye, he never. He's always
You should?
always respectful to the family.
Okay.
Always.
I must have misheard.
Although I did think that I had to ask his cousin Ricky. He's one of my boys. I was like, is Kanye mad at me? Because I did do a Kardashian joke in my special in Wokish, and I was like, I don't think he's sensitive about it. And I asked Ricky, he's like, nah, because he did. He made me a lyric in one of his songs. I was like, is he taking swipes at me? It was, I come to the door like Will Smith and Martin. Say something, Marlon. Do we have a problem? Shit, it was in this.
I know the song you're talking about. He's like, say something,
I come
Marlon.
to the door like I come to the door like Will Smith and Martin. Do we have a problem? As a matter of fact, Marlon. And I was just so hyped that he said my name in a song. I was like, nigga.
It wasn't.
I am hip hop greatness. Like now I made it. I never felt like a legend until Kanye put me in a song. And then I thought about it. I was like, wait, I think he's taking a shot at me. And then
No, I think it's talking about Marlon Brando.
no.
I'm just kidding.
Do we have a problem? As a matter of fact, Marlon, because Will and Martin had sitcoms, and then Marlon was a sitcom. So I come to the door like Will Smith and Martin. Do we have a problem? As a matter of fact, Marlon.
I still think it's Brando.
So if Kanye calls in, y'all got Carlson in here?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck.
No.
He ain't gonna watch this.
Oh, if you talk bad about somebody, they watch. I don't give a fuck. It could have 16 views, and you say one bad thing. I'm like, I saw that shit.
That motherfucker.
Let me tell you. Hey, I was talking about some promoter that ripped me off like 20 years ago. The promoter has not been seen or heard of in 15 years. The promoter got a hold of somebody to reach me. I was like, what the fuck? This guy has been gone. And I talk about him on my podcast briefly, and he found out.
Who is he?
The guy's name was Pierre Crockwell.
Do I know Pierre? Light skin Pierre?
Not the comedian.
Okay,
He's
I
a
was about to say,
promoter.
light-skinned Pierre?
No, he's a promoter. He used to take comics to Guam, and then he started bringing them to Alaska and Seattle. But he was always ripping people off, and he ripped me off. And then I talked about it on the podcast, and sure enough, he was calling somebody like, "Hey man, tell Gary stop talking about it. We got fucking problems." I go, he's got to be pushing 60. Tell him to slow down right now, okay? You're still mad?
Oh,
You know?
fuck Pierre up. I got ripped off one time, and I was just like,
A promoter?
I've never been ripped off promoter. I think I got ripped off at a club. And I was like, I never have to play this club again. And I was just like, this is gonna cost you more by me not doing it than doing it. Because now when I come to that city, I'm just gonna play a theater. Or when I get huge, I'm just gonna make sure I go on your night where you have your biggest business, and I'm gonna do a show right next door. But I was just like, and that's mean. But I was just like, this $3,000 is gonna cost you, and so I don't do that club anymore. Never.
Well, I'll
And I
ask
know
the
they
club off the
ask.
air. I'm going to ask the club off the air.
Yeah, because it's
It's a reputable one, huh?
well, here's what happens is when I went to go get my money,
Fucking comedy union,
they
man.
pulled out the gun
Always doing that shit.
and put it on a table and was like, "Oh, yeah, count your stuff."
Oh, so this wasn't an improv.
No,
I know what it was.
That's what
I
learned.
I already know what club
That's
it is.
what I learned. If it ain't an improv,
Yo,
if it's
I
not,
already know.
If it's not a what's called live, what do you call it?
Stand-up live.
Stand up live improv. Yo,
I already know what club it
you
is.
ain't gonna catch me.
You ain't gotta tell me.
The janky
I bet
one.
you I know what club it is.
You ain't gonna fuck catch me. I ain't gonna do it.
I bet you I know what
you
club
know
it is.
too. Yeah.
I bet you I know Hustle and Flow.
Yeah. I don't do it no more. I don't do it. It's all right. Keep that.
I had a guy like do that to me one time early in my career in Columbus, Ohio. I don't mind telling the clubs that are closed now, and they're the guys.
No,
are,
this one's still open.
Yeah, this one isn't. The guy's name was Andrew Ford, and he was in Columbus, Ohio, and he asked me to do a week, and I did the week, and then I stayed another week because Eddie Griffin canceled so I think he got a movie or something. So he was like, "Yo, can you stay an extra week?" And I'm a young comic, I don't know better. Yeah. So we go to settle, and he shortened me, and I go, "Dude, this isn't what we agreed upon." He goes, "All right." He lifts the carpet up in the office. He's got a safe like this, right?
With all your
Lifts
money
the
in
safe
it.
up. The gun is on top of the money. He's got all this cash and the gun's on top. He goes, "Now, what'd you say? I owed you?" I go, I guess we're good.
$1.50.
Right? So then I was like, and then I talked about him on like, I don't know, I think the Breakfast Club or something. And he fucker called in the Breakfast Club like,
You just
"Hey,
got all
Gary."
these janky promoters calling to fuck you up.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't mind calling
tell
their names
everybody's
out.
business.
If they're old janky promoters, it's almost a warning. Don't mess with them, dude.
Yeah. But now I have a whole system like worked out. Like all I gotta do is punch in my numbers. I know how many people there. I got my counter, pay my money. After that, lawyer's gonna get you. I'm not gonna sit and have these conversations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, here's the number. Here's what you're supposed to pay me. We'll get the business people on it. I'm not gonna.
That's what I always do. I was like, wait a minute, that's why I'm paying Lisa and my agency
Yeah,
to have these
go get it.
arguments.
Yeah.
No reason for me to have these arguments.
They have your commission. I suggest you go have a conversation with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where's my commission? Well, the club has it. So I think you should call them and go get your commission.
Okay, is there anybody you haven't worked with that you want to work with?
Yeah, man. I would love to work with Denzel. I would love to work with Will. I would love to work with Jamie.
I can't believe you haven't worked with Jamie.
I work with him on Living Color, but I'm talking about like as grown
movie?
men, like in a movie. I would like to work with him. I think that'd be fun. I don't know. I like De Niro. Like I want to work with the greats. I've been so lucky to say I worked with Tom Hanks. Like that was awesome to be able to work with Bill Murray.
How was that, by the way?
Amazing. We had one scene, but it was so dope. It wasn't even a lot of dialogue, but it was all subtext. You good? Yeah, I'm good. You good? I'm good.
Yeah.
All right. Everything good? Good. Like it was no dollar, but it was such a dope scene. But working with greats, you learn how to be great. And the one thing I've learned, what's the name? I did The Heat with
Melissa McCarthy?
Melissa McCarthy, Paul Feig, and Sandra Bullock. And I learned, and Sandra Bullock, like, just taught me something. Like, you always learn something. Her and Tom Hanks, I think, taught me that the best stars are the best people. And there's, like, they would have, like, ice cream trucks, or they get lottery tickets for the crew. And I took those traditions. And when I do a movie or I do a show, I want to make sure that my crew who's working with me has the best time. That we have because we can't control if something's going to be successful. But as a star and a producer, I can control the temperament of a set and make sure that the work experience is great on my part. I can't help if the director's an asshole. I can't help if, some people don't get along. All I can do is just give my best me to the set. I smile, try to know everybody's names, have conversation. Just, there's a energy to a set that you have to be respectful and responsible for. And I get upset when, like, stars bring this negative energy to a set because I think, like, people away from their families when we're doing these movies, not everybody's making what the star is making. It's just like, tithe. Make sure that you give your best you to your crew because it should be a great work experience for them. And that's what I try. And it's funny because your crew will tell you, like, if you're good to them, they'll be like, the person on the camera will be like, Marlon, move a little bit to your left. Great, that's a beautiful shot. Let's get that one. The camera person will be like, don't rock, the first camera assistant would be like, don't rock so much so I can hold focus. It'd be a much better shot. Like when they feel like they can talk to you, it actually makes for a better movie. So that's why for me, I'm a giver. So every set I work on, you talk to any actors that work with me, it's always going to be a great experience. I'm never going to be that guy beefing, throwing chairs, and acting crazy. I'm not. I'm here to make everybody's life easy and have a good time.
You guys gave me avocado chocolate pudding
How nice is
on
that?
Little Man.
That is very
Because
sweet.
Keenan had he was
doesn't
on
even
some
eat
kind of
that shit
diet
anymore.
And I was like, because you, Sean, and Keenan were eating pie. I go, oh, they got chocolate pudding? And I was like, okay. And they go, oh, no, that's Keenan's chocolate pudding. I gave Keenan just the grin. I look like this. I really like chocolate pudding, though. He's like, we'll get you some chocolate pudding.
I gave you chocolate pudding.
And then he told
Keenan
me.
gave you pudding. I gave you Runa. Like, the Wayans love you.
You guys have fixed my insides. fuck the work. I'm living because of the Wayans. Keenan said it like almost like, all right, little kid, we're going to give you some pudding.
Like a kid.
I didn't stop.
It was probably nasty and you didn't even
I
love
liked it.
You did?
I did it because
You
it
have
was
a
funny.
weird
I
taste
didn't
buds.
stop. I was like this. You guys got I said they got pudding. And he was like, no. Keenan's food truck was over here with all this organic specialty shit. And I go, what? I go, yeah, it's made avocado. I was like, I still like pudding.
He always
All
learns
right.
something working with the Wayanses.
Well, what's your favorite John Witherspoon memory?
Oh, so many.
Pops is the best.
So many. You know, Wayans brothers, we have fun. He was like a second Pop. There would be times me and Sean want to go crazy because we didn't like the script, or we didn't think it was funny, or we didn't feel it was organic, and me and Sean wasn't happy. And John would be like, now, see, boys, there's a way to do it. See, you got the keys at the end of the day. Dad, you got the keys. So you ain't got to, you tell those motherfuckers, you ain't got to do that. No, but there's a way to do it. See, now, you could tell them writers, fuck off. But when that studio come in there, see, you gotta hear them out. So, and he was right. He was like, yo, you can have these conversations or there's tension with your writers and express that to them. But when the studio comes in here, make sure you express your perspective and why it doesn't work to them in a way that they can understand it. You can't just be angry. Nobody understands anger. And then we used to do shows together, and I would always give them, like, you asked what's on my writer. On my writer, I always have, like, Don Julio 1942, or I have Jose Cuervo, Family Reserve, or I'll have Clase Azul tequila. I'll have Tito's vodka, or a Ciroc of a flavor, and I'll have like a nice bottle of wine. I always have like a Faust or a Prisoner, and whenever me and John would do the show together, he would go through his bottle of wine, and I would always come over to his to his room and give him my bottle and go enjoy yourself. And we'd have a cup and we'd sit and we'd talk about life. And the last gig we did together was in Chicago, Illinois. And, once again, I gave him my wine. We were supposed to go out and meet and eat. It got too late for him. I think the wine kicked in and that nigga went to sleep. But, it was always a good laugh, always a good memory. And he was always super supportive. So, 2020 sucks.
Yeah.
That was one of the reasons why it sucks. I mean, that was a hard loss for me.
Well, he always
I
showed
lost my pops and I lost my mom. That was a tough year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's all good, nigga. Anything else we're gonna talk about that sad?
I was just.
I
like John.
The Gary Owens podcast.
Sorry
Come
about that.
laugh
I didn't mean to bring it
cry.
down. Sorry about that, Marlon.
That's okay.
I didn't mean to bring it down.
That one, I'm some things you don't get over. Like when his son posts, like JD will post something about John, and I get sad like I'm one of his sons. Like me and Sean really fucked up by that. He meant a lot. I've known John since I was 11. We did Robert Townsend's Partners in Crime, and me and Sean was extras that summer, and we was down in the Universal lot, and it was a Western, and John Witherspoon was playing the drunk in a scene. And he's like, the motherfuckers coming. These motherfuckers coming. It's going to be a shootout. These niggas are shooting. And me and Sean was just laughing so hard at this funny, dynamic performer who was playing drunk. And then, we knew he was funny from Hollywood Shuffle when he played, Hoes Gotta Eat Too. Like,
Yeah.
John was just And me and my brothers always talk about it. John had classics. He had classic scenes and classic moments in every one of our classic movies. And that's what's so great about John. Like, he was brilliant in Boomerang. He was brilliant on the Wayans Brothers. He was brilliant in Friday, brilliant in Hollywood Shuffle. And, you know, some guys never made it as the star. But he shined in every fucking thing he did. And to us, he was a star. He's as magnetic of a performer as Pryor and any other of the other greats. He's a GOAT, man.
Well, it's also, when he passed away, it's a testament to who you are when not one person has anything negative to say about you.
No, he was loved. John was loved.
Like that.
You had no choice but to love John.
Yeah.
None. If you didn't love John, something was wrong with you.
Facts. He showed his ass a lot on stage too.
And you talk about a nigga that was in character. He was in character. He wore them white shoes everywhere. Once he found the white shoes guy, when he was the white shoes character, that nigga got committed. Oh, see? Now, he was funny, man.
He's the only one I know that had the Bang Bang and Boomerang and sold those shirts for 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
On the road.
And he started
Bang
charging
Bang.
more and more. And in the picture, he got
the Polaroid.
See, I got the Polaroid, $35 a shot. See, I don't let them take with their phone.
Yeah.
See, I need one picture, one shot, one kill. John was funny, man. He taught me though. He's like, Marlon, you are talented, but you got to get them keys. And I was like, what's keys, John? He goes, well, right now you got the acting key. You know, that's a good key for you. You got movie keys. See, you got 2 or 3 keys on your ring. And then you got the writer key, which is, that's a good key. He said, but the key you need the stand-up comedy key. See, now that live key, that keep you eating. See, otherwise you waiting on Hollywood. I don't wait on Hollywood. See, once you open the stand-up key, then you start selling the merchandise. And that's when you got all the keys, brother. You got the paper, all that paper. And he was right, man. I was like, that's one of my motivations to get on stage, John Witherspoon. You know, just telling me, if you could be funny in a sitcom, you could be funny on a stage. I never really wanted to do stand-up comedy. All my brothers was doing it, so I wanted to do something different. He nudged me, and I'm grateful for that because, you know, to find your voice, even though you come from a family of comedians, you know, it took me a while. I was scared because I didn't think I would have a perspective or a point of view because them niggas, you talk about you talk jokes about your life. Nigga, I'm living with 10 niggas, and they all doing stand-up, and shit, I ain't gonna have no stories to tell. We all got the same parents. We all got the same mom, same dad, same sister. But it's funny because, and that's the beauty of comedy, is I don't care if it's 100 comedians and you're all talking about one subject. What is your unique perspective about that experience? And that's the beauty and the art of comedy.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to bring you down anymore.
Anybody else?
So, nah, let's talk about somebody happy. What do you think about Kamala Harris?
Fuck. Politics?
What do you think about Charles Manson? Are you glad he's gone?
Oh. You don't think Hitler was a bad guy?
You know, actually, it just hit me just talking to you right now. I'm not talking about Adolf. I'm talking about Bobby Hitler. His brother was nice, dude. He was a cobbler. That guy could make some chess pieces.
Bad.
Bobby Hitler was a good motherfucking chess maker.
You know, I'm happy that there's a change. I found myself depressed because normally you turn to the news like sometimes for an escape, or, you know, when you're in hard times, like the president's gonna give you something that's gonna make you feel like, okay, he's gonna resolve this. They're gonna help to get this done. There was a point when this nigga wasn't wearing a mask, I was like, fuck, we're all gonna die. He doesn't care about COVID, we're all dying. Then his whole cabinet got it. He's a super spreader. Fuck. I was just like, I just want somebody in that wears a mask. I didn't give a who the fuck it was. Just anybody that will wear a goddamn mask and get on TV and actually answer questions. So, I mean, I'm just happy for a change, you know, and I'm proud. I'm happy for women. I think the Biden-Harris ticket is good for women, especially like black women, but women, like, they're winning. Like, think about all these years. They've never had anybody in office like this. Like, that's a win. I'm happy to see it. I'm happy, man. And I mean, look, long time coming. And the fact that it's a black woman, I mean, I'm even happier. But I'm happier for women in general. I just think it's dope.
She's my hall pass.
She is?
Kamala Harris.
Think she'll let you?
I'm gonna take a bet. If she gives me a shot, it's going down, and I'm gonna be respectful.
I'm
and
just
calm.
happy that your hall pass. Once again, a sister. You don't really like black women.
Oh.
What happened to you?
I always,
Did you fall in a vat of pudding when you was little?
Marlon, I ain't had white pussy since white pussy had me.
I get it. You're like, nah.
I'm good.
I'll leave the white pussy for the brothers. Y'all take this shit.
I barely made it out that shit.
Sisters.
I was a preemie. I barely made it out. I wanted to get out early. 9 months.
I actually didn't
got
even
to
come
go.
out the pussy. I crawled through the ass. I didn't want nothing to do with white pussy.
And I even came out feet first. it was like a slip and slide. All right, man. Well, look, man, I appreciate you coming out. I can't wait to see Respect for real. And I fuck Respect. I want to see Behind the Smile.
Behind the Smile is great. And it's also...
Come on, Damon.
Look up Apple TV on the rocks right now. See, Marlon is a little dramatics. I got some skills.
No, I can't
I'm
wait.
also Esquire magazine. I got a nice spread in Esquire magazine. I should show you. It is so. I
You
look
got your ass
sexy.
out.
No,
Get your ass
nigga,
out.
why you keep asking about my ass?
I'm saying you do it a lot.
I haven't been doing it lately. I'm
But I'm
trying
just
to
saying.
go somewhere else with my life.
I remember the
Keep
first time
bringing
I saw
me back in. First time I seen your ass, don't be a menace.
First
God.
time, no. Requiem for a Dream is where I went, oh, he don't give a fuck. He's really in this role.
Yeah, but don't be a menace. I had my ass out. Scary movie. My ass was. I had my ass. I
It's
had
a
my
lot.
ass out so much. Lisa's like, just do a movie. Just
a
do
lot.
one time. Lisa knows this ass in and out. 20
It's a
years of
lot.
seeing this ass.
Yeah.
20
I've seen it.
years.
I'm disappointed when I see a movie. I don't see it. I'm
Well,
like,
you're not gonna
this.
see it anymore.
It's like watching a porn and your favorite porn girl, and you're like, oh, she's not sucking any dick. Oh, okay. All right.
I just don't. I'm gonna leave it on that note.
Yeah, that was a terrible analogy.
made
You know
it
what? We're gonna edit that
weird.
out.
No, I want that. I want that in. That
We're gonna
has to
edit
be
that out.
You're gonna get on the end on sliding out the pussy
Shit,
feet
it
first.
just got hot.
No,
Fuck.
We're gonna end on the. Don't you get hot when the joke ends?
Yeah, I'm like this. Oh my God. I feel like Doug Williams in the Emmett Smith roast. Sorry about that. I'll have Doug on.
So old school. Oh my God.
The best with that Emmett Smith roast
is calling.
is when Jamie goes, wow, getting hot in here, isn't it? And I go, oh, fuck, I've been there. I've been there when it does get hot in the room, when nothing's
Your
popping.
conscience is calling.
I'm
Jamie's
your
the ass
conscience.
of that boy.
Yo.
That was classic.
Because you've been on both sides of that.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like, you've been struggling in a room like,
Oh my
fuck.
gosh. I've learned this. I don't care about bombing anymore. Because I think once you stop caring, you actually become funnier. So silence is golden. And when you get a ooh, I found sometimes when you get a ooh, that your best joke is coming right after that. Just keep working, because now they're listening. So it's a dark topic. Keep digging. Keep fucking digging. Hit the nerve. Keep going. Keep going. Gotta keep going. Fuck it. And if you have the balls, I watched Damon do it. So it's not bombing. Bombing's when you actually give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. Don't care. And just be there for exploration, and you don't have to feel like you bomb. I'm fucking digging, I'm working. Because one day I'm gonna find that joke. And it may not be tonight. Yeah, we all want to laugh, but if it's not tonight, I'll show you.
All right. I'm going to order a hoodie.
Why don't you order a collection? It's like $15.
No, I'm just going to get one.
All right, that's fine. With me and Bizarro, me and Sean on it.
Yeah, you got to give me the info.
I'm so proud of her.
Pump her line.
Get my niece's line, 1321. Bleach. I'm proud of you, Layla. Keep doing it, baby girl.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm proud of you, Abai. I'm proud of you, Sean. I can't be proud of my nieces and nephew without saying I'm proud of my kids, because then they'll get jealous and they will turn to crack.
Really. We don't want that happening, because then their asses will be out.
Crack is an expensive habit. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, it's $5 a pop, but you got to do it like 60 times a day. It adds up. All right, guys. Gary, I'm happy to be here. Black Power, Black Panther.
Yeah. Did you ever meet Chadwick?
God damn it.
Sorry
We
about
tried
that.
to leave on a good note. What the fuck? Why do you have to be so depressing? Oh my God. I'm just going to go jump off a
Speaking
building.
of,
This
you ever
is
meet Chadwick?
crazy.
Okay, what about Michael B. Jordan?
Oh my God. Bye, Gary. I'm
All right.
I'm going to go
It's
smile.
the end of the podcast. We're going to talk about some more dead
Don't
people.
do this
All right.
podcast. It's fucking
Thank you guys.
depressing.
Goodbye.
Fuck.